My name is Matthew Jurewicz, and I'm the owner of Dimitri's Place VR. Dimitri's Place VR is a virtual training ground. Virtual reality is poised to be, one of the hottest new technologies in the coming years, and it's very expensive, because of that fact. So we want to give people an opportunity to come in and test some of the hottest technology that's out for consumer use. That way, when they go to buy a system of their own, they can make an informed decision and hopefully have a little fun in the process. I'd say what first got me interested in virtual reality actually was about 25 years ago. I was at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, and I was going down the midway that they have there, and they had an arcade at the end of it. And they happened to have a traveling demo that was there for a virtual reality system called the iPhone, spelled E-Y-E phone. And what it was a virtual reality headset you put on, you got to wear some gloves, and then you basically just walked around a virtual room. That's all there was. There was a couch, a TV on a table, I think. And that was the extent of it. It was very low tech, but very high tech. What I mean by that is it was very like 8-bit graphics, very blocky style, but still just to be able to go into the space, to walk around a virtual space and feel that you were really there. It was so exciting, and I knew that if I ever had the opportunity, I definitely wanted to help promote virtual reality and get more people interested in it, because I just think it's amazing. We have educational games where you can actually go inside the bloodstream, and it's fully narrated and it tells you everything you need to know. And I mean, this is something you can only do with virtual reality. So it's really remarkable stuff. As far as running a business, I've always had that bug in me. I've helped my wife start a massage business. She has 2 offices now. Even when I was younger, my friend and I opened up our own baseball card shop in our just in our allotment, but all the neighborhood kids would come buy from us, and I always had just that little bit in me that wanted to be a business owner and wanted to help the community. A typical day usually involves me just going around to each system, turning them on, making sure that the temperature in the room is at a pretty cold level. We usually keep it at about 68 degrees, just because the headsets themselves and the computers that are running them kick off a lot of heat, and then the body heat, of course. After that, I go through each system and I update any new games, demos, software that might have gone through the day before, check messages, and then, wait for customers to come in. And if there's no customers, I test out our catalog, make sure everything's running smoothly. As the owner, I mean, it's my job to make sure that, the bills are being paid. I need to go through and constantly check about licensing fees. I need to constantly update my insurance for any new, caveats that might be added to the business. I need to be in touch with the landlord in case something happens with, building maintenance itself. We've had issues with air conditioners going down, things like that, which can be detrimental to the business. So, I mean, the short answer is putting out a lot of fires, definitely making sure that you go through and you make sure that all the, T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and things like that, so you can run a functional business. If someone's looking to be a business owner, obviously, if you have a chance to take any kind of small business courses, that's definitely a step in the right direction. Any kind of accounting that you can do, if because you got to do bookkeeping. You have to make sure that you have a daily, list of how much money's coming in, how much is going out. That way, you can determine if the business is profitable. If it isn't, you need to find a way to, refocus some of your, your money and cash flow and get things in a positive direction. So anything like that, of course, any kind of advertising classes you can take, how to draw people into your business. And then from the VR aspect, of course, any computer knowledge that someone would have is always a plus. These are new systems, new technologies. The bugs aren't worked out completely, so there is a lot of maintenance on these. Everything could be running fine one day, and then you get a critical error that shuts you down for a month. So definitely to know how to fix things and put out fires is huge. For the position I'm in, I mean, you have to have a love of business, you have to have a love of people, and a love of new technology and entertainment. I myself, I love all that. I'm a people person. I'm really passionate about virtual reality. I do think that it's going to take over gaming and a lot of the entertainment industry because it's a fully immersive technology. I mean, you actually get sucked into whatever it is you're viewing at the time, and it makes you feel like you're really there. So, I definitely think you have to have passion for what you do, whether it's, in my position or any position. The ups are, watching people try virtual reality for the first time. I think it's very cool when someone comes in and they've had no experience, or they've had minimal experience with, say, Google Cardboard or Samsung Gear, which, is virtual reality in the sense that you're putting on the goggles and you're looking around. But until recently, we haven't had the ability to manipulate those objects that we're looking at. With this room scale VR that we have at Dimitri's Place VR, the users can actually come in, put the headset on, grab two controls, and whatever there is in that space, they can grab it, they can use it, and they can manipulate. And that really changes everything when it comes to virtual reality. As far as downfalls, I know a big problem that I've had is misreading the market when I first started. I knew that this is very new. When I got everything up and running, a lot of people didn't know about virtual reality. So for me, it was kind of a slow build. I started local advertising and getting word of mouth out there. But the thing is, with any business, it takes time to build up your clientele. And for me being so passionate, so excited about this, I just assumed people hear VR, they're gonna flock to it right away. And just like with any other business, it takes that time to build. So, that was an adjustment period of a few months at the beginning where, things were pretty dicey in the fact that I knew it was gonna be tough, but a lot of people weren't coming in right away. It took some time for them to actually, understand what it is we were trying to do. And once they got in the door, then the floodgates opened and, more and more people came. But that would definitely be a downside. Another one is just, like I said, with it being a new technology, a lot of stuff, can break down very easily. A lot of stuff can have a glitch that shuts a game down for a couple days. And then, you're waiting on the developers to actually fix the bugs, fix the problems, and then if you're lucky enough, in a couple days you're up and running again. So, we try to tell the customers when they come in, hey, this is very, very new technology. There's still some bugs in it. May work, it should work 99 to 100% of the time. Every once in a while, though, you might have a day where it's a little off. What game should we get next? What experience should we get next? Everyone has an opinion, everyone has a favorite, but ultimately, there's only so much that can go around. So, we got to try to think of, the larger audience and, who's coming to play the systems and what would they like, not necessarily what we would. So more times than not, we try to take ourselves, our politics out of anything and just enjoy make the experience as enjoyable as possible for the consumer, for the customer. I wouldn't say I feel comfortable about how much I make, what my salary is, because I always would like to make more. I mean, that's how anyone is. And being that I'm the owner, of course, once I reach the threshold of, all right, all the machines are running at full capacity, I still won't be satisfied. Then I'll want to expand. Because my goal, like I said, money's nice, but my goal is to get as many people as I can excited about virtual reality. So for me, like I said, money's good, but I want to just continuously expand and grow the business as much as I can, so as many people as possible can have a chance to experience this. The thing that surprised me most about my job is, I'd say, just the overwhelmingly positive response that I've gotten from the community. A lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but there have been some people that say, oh, virtual reality, it might not be that good for you, it might cause motion sickness, things like that. But I feel that myself and the other people that help out here at Dimitri's Place VR, we're able to help guide, our customers through the experience and to choose games and experiences for them, especially starting out for the first time, that are very mild, that will help curb those feelings, give them a positive experience. And then once they come back a few times, it's just like with anything else, you kind of build up a tolerance, and then they can play the more advanced games and have even greater fun. When I go home at the end of the night, I have a big sense of pride that, I'm bringing something new to, my community. I mean, Brunswick is a relatively small community in Ohio, and, we have a high school not even 200 yards away. So to be able to bring to those young kids, young adults, to be able to bring them in, try something new, try something that's going to be changing their lives in the next decade to come, it's very exciting for me, and I definitely feel like I'm enriching people's lives by giving them this opportunity. I had a woman in here just the other day. She's in a wheelchair, but yesterday she was racing race cars. And for her to actually be able to do that, something that she physically can't do anymore, she lost the use of her legs. But now, she's racing around the track. I could see just in her face, there were almost tears in her eyes. She was so excited, because it feels like you're really there. So, after all these years, she finally got behind, the wheel of a car. I mean, it's just an awesome feeling.